All right, everybody, welcome back to the Buffalo Philly Special Podcast. I'm joined by the waiver wire whiz as always, and the father of fantasy football is here again this week. Next week it will be Nino. Just a little bit of scheduling conflict, but we're going to talk about the AFC North tonight, and we're going to start with the keep four, cut four. Who wants to be the volunteer? All right, I'm going to pick the whiz.
Okay, I'll take
I
it.
do believe you got to do both last week. So this is going to be, keep in mind, on tight ends, and this is for fantasy relevancy.
This is gonna be fun. Let's
Oh
have it.
yeah, you're in for a treat, my friend. The first one I have for you is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Okay, can I ask one clarifying question because we didn't really talk about it? Is it dynasty or like win now? Does that matter or not for
It
this
does not
conversation?
matter.
You have to cut Travis Kelsey.
Okay, don't blame you there. I was hoping you would. All right, your next one is going to be Dalton Kincaid.
Which one is this list? Um, I'm gonna cut Dalton Kincaid.
So I'm gonna cut you.
Sorry, both.
Okay, I'm kidding.
I know.
All right,
Sorry.
your next one is going to be Jake Fergie Ferguson.
I'm keeping Jake.
You're
Even
keeping
as
Jake.
I just I know my Eagles fans.
Yeah, the bloodline or the blood in Philly is boiling. I can feel it from here.
It's fantasy.
Um,
It's fantasy. So.
your next one is going to be Harold Fannin.
Oh, you know I'm keeping Harold Fan. There's no way he's off.
All right, so far you've cut Travis Kelce and Dalton Kincaid and cut Jake Ferguson and Harold Fannin. All right, your next one's Tucker Kraft.
Gotta keep Tucker. Come on home, Tucker. That's my guy.
And your next one is Brock Bowers.
So that means I'm gonna cut one of them. Oh, this.
You're gonna cut two.
No, I'm cutting one of the guys. Like it
Mm-hmm.
matters. Okay, which one am I gonna cut? Ooh, um, this is tough.
We got one keep left.
To set up.
I got one. Oh, I have one left. One keep left.
You have one keep left. You kept Jake, Harold, and Tucker all in a row.
All right, this pains me because I think I know who's next, and that one's gonna pain me more.
Yep.
But it's okay. I'm gonna keep Brock Bowers. I can't cut Brock.
All right. You are cutting Trey McBride and Colston Loveland.
I knew it. Yeah,
I knew it was a trap.
I knew it. Oh man, so Trey McBride is who I really wanted to keep, but it's okay. We'll just let it go.
Well, I know the Pens is happy. Well, that ends this edition. But to recap, Travis Kelce was cut, Dalton Kincaid was cut, Trey McBride was cut, and Colston Loveland. You kept Brock, Tucker, Harold, and Jake Ferguson. I got you good, boy. I got you good.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's a nice, it's still a nice group.
All right. So the AFC North, a top heavy division, a competitive division. What do we think? I'm going to go with a competitive division of two teams. What do you think, Father?
Um, I think it's because of the signings and movement and all. I think all three are going to be competitive. AFC North beats each other to death every year. There's
Yep.
either 6-3 games or 35-38 games. Like they beat each other to death. And that's what I was looking at. There's a lot of good signings and all. I honestly think Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, or Baltimore can win the division.
Very well. All right. Go ahead, Waver.
I think health is going to come down to it. Which
Yep.
quarterback is going to stay healthy? That's how I feel about
Aaron Rodgers.
it. So seriously, like you look at the last like 3 to 4 years, like which one's going to be healthy? I think that's going to be the key to success in this division. Um, between and honestly, I have this feeling, y'all, about Cleveland. I think they might be all right. I think they might be all right. It's going to be interesting to see what we need to see what that offense looks like. If that offense can do something, it's
Yeah.
going to be so.
They have wide receivers now. They have a tight
They
end.
got
They
Yep.
might have a running back. Who knows? Last time we saw Quinshon Junkins, he about exploded. I kind of like Sampson though over there, but we shall see. And I like Simpson, I believe his name is
Simpson.
running back three. Simpson, Sampson, and Quinshon over there, I believe. But for me, it's a one team horse race. Yep, that was words. A one team race. And I am going to put my seal approval on the Bengals as long as Joe Burrow is healthy. But let's get
There
into a
you go.
deeper dive of it. Who would like to start and where do you want to start?
No matter, I can start for you guys. We can start and get them right out of the way. Let's start with Cleveland and get them out of the way.
Okay, let's go to Ohio.
I mean, you had the biggest trade in the NFL this year so far, getting rid of Garrett and getting compensation back, good compensation versus a nice player for them. He's
Mm-hmm.
not Miles Garrett by any means, sack wise. He
Mm-hmm.
does fill gaps better than Garrett does.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you had a decent draft. You drafted a lot of rookie wide receivers. You don't know who your quarterback is yet. I mean, it's going to be tough. I think they're going to have growing pains for a couple of years. And like you said, it's all about staying healthy, especially that team.
Yeah,
I honestly have them being 3-14.
I'm thinking
I
three and
don't really
14.
foresee them. Yeah, I think Fannon's the next one that demands to be traded.
He's well, maybe. Maybe.
You could be there 2 years and want to be out of there.
That's true. All right, I'll go next, and then you can go last. Waiver, Cleveland. Oh, I love you, but I hate you. Mostly because of Deshaun Watson. I wish he did not exist anymore in football. But they have so many guys that I like. They have Casey Concepcion. They have Harold Fannin. Um, Denzel Ward over there. They got a lot of nice pieces. I mean, Mason Graham from last year's draft, he was a pretty good rookie. To bring in Jared Verse, very good move. I mean, Miles Garrett's not getting any younger. You're not going to make it to a Super Bowl within his career timeline, I would think, unless he magically plays till almost 40 years old like Calais Campbell. But nonetheless, Cleveland, I have a lot of respect for you. Besides Deshaun Watson, I would like Shador to not
Hero.
be. I would like him to be good, but I mean, I don't know. Dylan Gabriel, I'm pretty sure he's going to get cut before the season starts, and I think they roll in with the rookie in the quarterback three slot. But this is going to sound weird because I don't usually overreact to videos from camp, but Deshaun Watson actually looks good at football right now. Like watching his film from camp this past week, he looks really sharp. And what if, the last year and a half that he's been hurt, or almost 2 years, right? Because he repopped that ACL. What if, like, he got his mind right and he can actually play an NFL quarterback position again? It's just food for thought. Maybe Cleveland wins 8 or 9 games. Anything's possible in the North, but I am going to be realistic at the same time. I got them finishing with 5 wins and the rest being losses. And I'll hand the mic over to you.
Yeah. So
Let me real quick, Wiz, that if Watson's fine on the field, it's the off the field issues Watson has.
It is, and I think that's
Sorry,
what.
I just wanted to get that in.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, it's the truth. He's got to clean keep it clean. That's what he needs to do. So, but Washington's a good place to start. I was actually going to mention that as well. I do when we think about prime Watson, he was very good. So
Mm-hmm.
if we could even get like if Cleveland could even get like 70, 80% of what I would even say 60. Let's go with 60. 60% of what Deshaun Watson used to be,
Mm-hmm.
it will massively like upgrade that entire team. If that's able to happen. I don't know. I think it's kind of a 50-50 shot that it happens. We'll have to see how things
Mm-hmm.
go. But yeah. So other than that, I, there are a lot of players on the Browns that I'm fond of. I already mentioned Harold Fannin. I love Fannin so much. He was one of my favorite. He was my tight end too in the class when it came out. I love Harold Fannin. So I'm happy for him. They have a lot of really young pieces. I mean, they're truly in a nice rebuild position at this point. I got
Mm-hmm.
to shout out Jared Verse with the trade. One thing that I want to just show love on Jared Verse is he has one of the highest pressure rates in the NFL. So I think that's actually going to I won't say massively upgrade because Miles Garrett had one too. If not, the highest. I don't know where he was ranked, but really high as well. But what I'm trying to say is I think Jared Verse is going to help his fellow teammates on that D line to be just as effective as or close to what Miles Garrett was able to do because of his pressure rate. So that's going to be interesting on defense. Um, I think Cleveland will win about 5 or 6 games. I think they'll have a couple upsets in there,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have a pretty tough schedule, but I think they have some upsets, and I think they'll win some division games.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to take my shot where I get to go first, and I'm going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. There is no love lost there, as you boys know. Um, and I have been very honest with you guys from the start of this offseason. I think Lamar Jackson has hit his ceiling, and I think it's nothing but downhill from here. Uh, the injuries last year, I don't feel like they were very significant that he missed that much time. Um, his history with illnesses and everything else. Uh, I'm going to say that Lamar Jackson has a much better season than last year because last year was so bad, but I don't think he'll ever hit the MVP numbers or the runner up MVP numbers from the previous season. I just think that he's lost a little bit of a step. He's not getting out of those tackles as well as he used to. Um, I will say this: as much as I dislike the Ravens, I do think Zay Flowers is a talented receiver. Um, I'm a little disappointed that Isaiah Likely left and they kept Andrews, although the writing was on the wall when he did get that contract extension last year towards the end of the season. But I do think Likely would have been the better player to keep around at this point. So I really don't like his tight end options right now. Um, I do like both the rookies that the Ravens brought in at wide receiver, though. I think they have some skills. Bateman, I would really like to see him get cut because I think he's been absolutely deplorable for the last 2 seasons. Henry's what, 32 now, roughly. So we'll see how the tires look on him. The defense was banged up a lot last year, but it's also aging. Roquan Smith isn't getting any younger. Trent, I want to say Richardson, but it's not Richardson. Trent Hendrickson. He's what, 31 and a half years old at this point. Let's see how he does. Um, the secondary is the scariest part of this team, in my opinion, with Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, and everyone else over there. I think that secondary could be really, really special, but I still think you're going to be able to run the ball on them. I see the Ravens coming in second place. I think they go at best 10-7, at worst 9-8. I don't see it anymore. I like Minter as bringing him in, but I don't see him taking them to the promised land right away. Maybe next year it could be a little bit better, but I do think the decline of Mr. Lamar Jackson is official, but that also could be the hater in me and all the stuff that I get to see on Twitter, where you guys don't get to experience with me in the trenches. But that fan base is extremely crazy on that website. I'm sure there's good Ravens fans out there outside of that, but for me, I'm going second place Ravens.
I don't mind jumping in second this time. So with the Ravens, I I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily think that that the Lamar Jackson decline is going to happen. I think it has a lot to do with I mean, they have a lot of coaching changes that have happened. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's a concern I have, that's actually where my concern is at. Is what does the coaching look like this year, and how does it impact, especially the flow of the offense? I'm wondering what that's going to look like for Lamar Jackson this year, and how things are going to go. But I still think he's a really good quarterback, and it should be interesting to see how that goes. They made some good decisions in the draft, so I'm excited to see really excited to see how some of their rookies pan out. Yes, Elijah Surratt was a great pick for them. They already had Zay Flowers, so that's going to be nice. Um, I know Adam Randall was a kind of a late round situation, but he has some upside behind Derrick Henry, so that could be interesting. And their defense is loaded. Like they've got so many good players on defense, and I really like I do like Minter, especially with his defensive focus. So I don't think their defense is going to lose much of a step. It's just the offense. What is it going to look like? Um, yeah, what is that flow going to be like? Uh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Ravens also finishing in second place, but I think that's contingent upon health. It's whoever stays the healthiest between Lamar and the Ravens will determine. So,
Who knows? Maybe they're both out week one.
right.
Yeah, anything's possible with those two.
It is.
All right, Father, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff and all you guys brought up. Lamar has been Lamar, right? Health is always a concern with him. The same for King Henry, but when King Henry's healthy, you need three guys to tackle him sometimes. I mean, he's been dominant for years. And on a goal line, forget it, he's one of the best goal line running backs ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, both their rookie wide receivers I really like, and we all it's not a secret how much I love Surratt for them. Big target, gives them another big target. That's why it's likely leaving. I don't think he's going to hurt them as much as they say it is. Andrews is still a good tight end. Again, he's been hurt too. But if they're healthy, the Ravens are there. The only thing Lamar, why he's at their offensive line is probably the third offensive line in that division. They lost guys and didn't replace them. They thought they could replace them easily, and their defense is really good. Signing Trey Hendrickson, stealing him from Cincinnati is going to show you that Trey Hendrickson is a real deal. And to go with Raekwon Smith and Kyle Hamilton, who's one of the best young safeties in the league. I mean, their defense is going to help them win games this year. But I'm with you guys. It's all three of us. I got them at second in the division, around 10-7. But
So
I mean, it's
we're all
all
within.
health. The AFC North beating up on each other. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thing. I know time. Sorry, but just had to mention this. Is a big point. That O line, like you said, Father, I'm really concerned. I'm also concerned because they used a lot of tight end usage to help compensate for the O line, and they just lost their elite blocking tight end. Shout out to Charlie Kolar, um, who is no longer there. So I'm very concerned but that's one of the reasons I have them going second. I'm worried about that offense and how that line's going to be hold up.
I think the Bengals line is better these days than the Ravens.
yep.
Yeah,
But um, where do you guys want to go next? And we'll start with you, Wiz.
let's let's see. Let's take a trip over to. I mean, why not? Let's go ahead and just talk about the Bengals. Why not? Let's do it.
All right.
So kicking off with the Bengals. Why not? Let's start with Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow, phenomenal quarterback if he can stay healthy. So we just got to see healthy Joe Burrow. It would be nice to see him healthy from week one of the season for once because we haven't seen that in a long time. I think maybe, man, the last time when they snuck into to the to the Super Bowl, I believe. I think it was the last time that he was healthy a full season, but it's been a while. But anyway, Joe Burrow. The offense. I'm not gonna spend too much time here. They've got a ton of weapons. You know, you got a Chase T. Um, you got Chase Brown. I'm really excited for this year. I think he'll have a good year. Joe Burrow can stay healthy. Um, yeah, they've got an interesting tight end situation. I think they drafted, if I'm not mistaken, another one. They had um what's his name? I forgot. But
Gosecki.
yeah, Gasecki's there, and then they also got they
Hooper.
got yep. So I mean they've got a solid really solid roster. Their defense, I think, is going to finally be good because they got Sexy Dexy, y'all. Like, and he is so underrated in terms of his pressure rate and what he does to elevate the defense because he has elevated that New York Giants defense for so many years. So I think this could be a year where the Bengals they just look like they actually have a defense for once. I think he can have that much of an impact. I know they have other pieces that they need to work on, but they have some young talent there too that I like at linebacker as well that I think also. So um, I do see if they can stay healthy, them winning the division, and it has a lot to do with the acquisitions. If Dexter Lawrence can stay healthy, y'all, I'm telling you, he is going to be a menace, and he's going to really elevate the defense.
All right. I'm still extremely worried about the defense. I'm gonna start over there. I mean, they lost Trey Hendrickson. Yes, they gained Dexter Lawrence. Don't get me wrong, that's great. But I mean, he did not play well last year. He had one sack the entire season. He's getting old. They also have no pass rush coming off the left and right side of the defense. Shamar Stewart was one of the worst rookies I've ever seen drafted in the first round last year when he did play. They still have almost no secondary. They did not replace still Jesse Bates. Obviously, he's been gone for a couple seasons, but it really worked well when they had elite safety play the year they went to the Super Bowl. I really think trading for a 31-and-a-half-year-old defensive tackle was not the best choice you could have made when you could have got Caleb Downs at pick 10. That would have helped you for the future more. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is great, but it's still a little bit of a scary situation over there. Unless Shamar Stewart gets together magically, I don't know. I feel like we're just going to be replaying the same hits of last year, but instead of Trey Hendrickson playing, actually he was out half the season with the back injury too. So still in the same boat a little bit. They lose Geno Stone. Not that I think he's amazing. I mean, he's in Buffalo, so I'll talk him up a little bit, but I don't think he was very amazing over there. We made him look silly when we played him, for gosh darn sakes. But yeah, I mean, I still think they're going to get burned for a lot of yards. Maybe they'll get a few more sacks, but I don't foresee that defense magically changing. And they got rid of and in my opinion, they got rid of the best coach they had. Their defensive coordinator is better than Zach Taylor, in my opinion. Lou Amarulo, great defensive coordinator. Shouldn't have got fired. I know they had to put the blame on somebody, and they took it out on him, but I still think Zach Taylor should have been fired at the end of last season. It's been 4 years since they've made the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since they went to the Super Bowl. And Joe Burrow continues to live his legacy off of one playoff run where, he made it, but lost to a Rams team that's nowhere near as good as the Rams team now. I think that was his best opportunity to win a Super Bowl at this point. But, the offensive line, he's going to be a little bit more protected. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, and all the other friends over there. Yeah, that's a great, formidable offense. That offense could put up 40 points every week, and none of us would blink Joe Burrow for MVP. Absolutely possible. But at the same time, I mean, we saw him play when he played in games last year, and they scored 40 points and still lost. Or Joe Flacco scoring 40 points in the whole offense. So it'll be difficult, but I think they'll be able to get it done and win the division. I don't see how far they could make it into the playoffs at this point, but I'm not going to say sit here and reward them and say they're going to have a good defense based on what I saw off last year and what they did to replace. But I have them finishing with 11 wins and 5 losses. So I'll hand it over to you, Father. That is
So
it.
yeah, they go. You guys touch on a lot of it and all, but bringing Flacco back just in case to be an emergency for Burrow. Plus, they got Josh Johnson, who's going to be their third quarterback. I mean, so they are doing protection there. Their offensive line is better. I don't. Karros is fully there now as their center. I mean, they're off. Like you said, their receivers are so good. Um, I think Chase Brown has a big year too.
Mhm.
Um, the defense, the secondary is questionable, like you said. I mean, they're decent. They always find good corners somehow. I guess it's a system, but the system is changing. But other than Dexter Lawrence, you got to remember, they did bring in Jonathan Allen as well. Jonathan Allen's nobody to sleep at. He clogs middles. He's gonna let Lawrence get freed up. Unlike Lawrence didn't have a chance to get freed up last year. He was double teamed every game. Um, but they didn't have a stellar draft by any means, I don't think. I honestly don't even know who they really drafted within question. But I mean, they could be. I think they built that team for future runs. I mean, they still after the next 2 years they're going to need help in the places. But I think they brought Lawrence and Allen in to replace Hendrickson. But I have them at either 9-8 or 10-7, finishing second or third in the division. Honestly, depending on the defense. Defense is questionable. The secondary, like you said, they could score 40, but they're going to give up 50.
Yep.
And they beat up on each other. They're going to lose at least 4. They might lose. They might have the worst record in the division as division record. They might lose a tiebreaker for that and get knocked out of the playoffs. I don't
Yeah,
think. I only think one team comes out of this division for the playoffs anyway, but that's a different show down the line.
I can get with that. I think if we get lucky, we get one out of the East. I think it's going to be all the West in those wild card slots, plus the division winner. I just think the West is absolutely incredible talent wise. But let's get over to Pittsburgh. I'll start over there. Don't want Aaron Rodgers to play the whole season. I want them to have a rough season. But I also want Aaron Rodgers to have a good last season. So it's like one of those things where you really like somebody and you want them to do good, but at the same time you want the city of Pittsburgh to be able to have something nice again, instead of this 9-8, 10-6, or 10-7 making the playoff. Let's uh, like I really was hoping Rodgers was done just for this sake. I would have been nice to see Drew Aller get his chance for you, or not Drew Aller. Sorry, that's the rookie they just drafted. Remind me of the guy that you love from over there.
Wow.
Will Howard, thank you. It would be nice to see one of the kids get a shot. I don't think either one's really going to be the answer. But it's just going to be another year of 10 wins, 9 wins, finishing above 500, maybe make the playoffs, maybe don't. I also think TJ Watt has become a liability with his contract. He has not played well the last couple seasons. Injuries are starting to get to him. It's kind of looking like the JJ Watt trajectory where it was, you know.
Yeah.
Bud Dupree is still over there, correct? Alex Highsmith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what's that? What's that big guy, number 99? I always want to say he's
Cameron Hayward.
Cameron
Very
Hayward.
good.
Like they have this really, really, really ridiculously expensive defense, and it's been what, average at best the last couple years. Other than Cam Hayward, he's phenomenal. The dude is just aging like fine wine as he plays still, but everyone else, it's kind of been a disappointment over there besides Joey Porter Jr. And I think Asante Samuels Jr. played pretty well for coming off that major neck injury last year when he did get to play. Bringing in Jawan Brisker is really cool for them in the secondary to pair with Jalen Ramsey. But at the same time, Jalen Ramsey has slowed down a lot. Um, it'll be interesting to see. It's really going to come down to if the offense can score more than 17 points a game like last year. Like they need to get more firepower going. Is Michael Pittman the answer, or is he one back shot away from being done? DK Metcalf had a disappointing season last year. You lose, God, he came over from Miami last year. I can't think of his name right now. But Pat Fryermuth gets the time to shine again. Um, like it's just interesting. And then you have this two-headed monster at running back. You lose Gainwell, but gain Rico. I think I'd rather have Gainwell still there. Not that Rico isn't good, but his passing, like where he could catch passes and take passes for long gains, I don't think Rico can do it to the ability that Gainwell could do. It'll be interesting to see, but the line looks like it's improved. But Aaron Rodgers has almost no mobility left. I'm going to have to put them in the third spot, winning 9 games. Nothing changes without Tomlin.
So I'll jump in next.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to be brief. I have a lot of takes like a lot of thoughts when it comes to Pittsburgh. First of all, I got to shout out Mike Tomlin. We got to give this
Mm-hmm.
man credit is due. He has elevated a below average defense for probably 4 to 5 consecutive seasons. I'm just gonna be real. So
Mm-hmm.
I am interested in seeing what this still, in my opinion, below average defense is going to look like now with him departing. Are they gonna have an elevation with the new coordinator there? Is he gonna be able to elevate the defense and still have it run similar to how it ran, or will it be a regression? I think that's a big concern for Pittsburgh because that's what's helped them to be able to have winning seasons for as many years as they did. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes. On offense, they're kind of loaded to be honest. I like their offense. They have a lot of weapons. I like Michael Pittman. I think that was a good decision to add Pittman, especially for Rodgers. He's gonna love Michael Pittman. I think Pittman's gonna have a good season. DK Metcalf, I have to point this out. On a per route basis last year, DK Metcalf was excellent. But here's the thing: Aaron Rodgers, he gets the ball out so quick. DK never really had a chance to ever get it. So I'm interested in seeing how things will go now with Rodgers reuniting with his previous head coach. To see if any of that helps. And last shout out, Eli Heidenreich. He might be able to be the pass catching version of hot take, but pass catching version of Gainwell, possibly. We'll see what happens. But that's all
Cap
I got.
Johnson, just
I mean,
Mike Kebby.
let me
All
pass it
right,
back.
Father, you got 2 minutes. Wrap this up, and then we got to get to our closing segment.
So yeah, I'm what you got. I think Pittsburgh had the best offseason of everybody, bringing in Dowd to solidify that running back room, drafting Heidenreich. I like that kid too as well. He can play receiver, running back, could sneak in a tight end. I mean, their offensive line is the best offensive line in the division. And the defensive coordinator, remember what he did with Matt Crosby and made Max Crosby a star. He's going to move TJ Watt around that line now that they can do that. And they also signed under the radar Jamal Dean. Ramsey's their nickel back now. Ramsey is the best nickel back in the league now. I mean, they have Dean, Joey Porter Jr. is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and Asante Samuel's their fourth cornerback. Where Cincinnati has none, Pittsburgh has plentiful. I mean, and Cam Edwards a monster. He's gonna do it for them. And Chris Boswell's money for them. He's been money the last 3 years. He doesn't miss a lot of kicks. I mean, he has his moments, but for the most part, Boswell's steady for them. Rodgers, and I honestly think Aller's there to stay, but Howard or Rudolph, one of them, is going to get traded. You don't have room for 4 quarterbacks, and you're not going to risk putting one of them on the taxi squad because they'll get taken right off of it. And like you said, DK, I think has learned. I think he's worked out with Rodgers and is going to learn how to play with Rodgers, be more of a slot receiver now with Pittman there. So I mean, it's I have them winning a division, honestly. Not by it, like I said, that's a 3 horse race. They're all separated by a game, but
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh can win a division. Mike McCarthy is a genius offensively. Darrell Washington is going to be the most underrated tight end this year. And for Muth, I love for Muth.
I
He's a
like
Penn State guy, of course. We all love Penn State guys,
I like it.
but they put 2 tight end sets.
Me too.
So that's just me.
All right. Well, that will conclude this episode for the AFC North. We got a minute 40, boys. So be good. Do good things. God bless. Go Bills. Go ahead.
Be great. God bless. Go Birds.
And go ahead, Father.
Yeah, be nice to everybody. There's no, I don't know. There's a lot going on in this world. It doesn't hurt. It's easier to be kind than it is to be evil, and to take accountability in life is what you need to do. And go Birds, go Phils.
My song for you guys is going to be Life is a Highway. Go ahead, Wiz.
I actually didn't have a song ready today. Let me see. Come back to me.
Okay, go ahead, Father.
So, I don't, yeah, I was a rival here, but right now with everything going on, Jelly Roll, any of his songs, just listen to Jelly Roll songs, and it makes
You
you
know
in a better
what?
mood.
I'm gonna go with
Plus, we like fat guys.
sorry. Going with
I'm done. I'm done.
going with Happiness by Jaheim. Just been in a good mood. Shout out to the '90s.
Good one.
All right, everybody. Those are songs for the week. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, hit the bell, and we'll see you next week for the NFC North with